Well, I think the impossible happened. I did not think that anyone could have bigger eyes than Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
But what's her name? Ella Purnell plays Lucy. I've never seen eyes that massive.
She
in my
looks like a
entire life.
marionette.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, like, I mean, she's beautiful.
I heard they actually did surgery around her eyes to actually make them larger than what they actually are.
Perfect.
Because
Way to commit to the role.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
No.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Welcome to A Cast with No Name. We're your hosts. I'm Jay.
Matt.
I'm Coop.
This is episode 93. This episode, we explore the wasteland as we review and discuss Amazon's new radioactive show, Fallout. But first, don't forget to visit our YouTube channel at A Cast with No Name. There, to where you can listen to our entire episode library. You can comment on episodes and write to our email. And you can also find us on Apple and Spotify. And as always, thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoy the show. And if you do, please leave us a like, subscribe, or comment, or whatever. Helps the show find new listeners.
Yeah,
Fallout.
We all watched it.
Yes.
First impressions, Coop.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole, from beginning to end, all the story arcs, the characters were all great. Just all around. I really
What stood out to you the most?
The world.
The world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually had a question for you while I was watching it. So when you were watching it, how
Yeah.
close to the vaults was that like? How close to living in a submarine was that like to being in a vault?
Oh, to be in a vault?
Yeah.
Not even close.
No.
The vaults look pretty sweet. Submarines, not so much.
way worse.
You guys didn't have patio furniture outside of your dormitory?
Nah, we didn't have a cornfield with a projector of Iowa in the
No,
background.
nothing like
and-
that.
Yeah, we didn't have our own bathtubs and beds and, food. And
Everybody shared the same one. The same
Everybody-
tank.
yeah,
All
there was
300 people on that
13
thing.
guys in a, 10 by 18 foot
You didn't
room.
marry off some of your seamen to
Yeah.
like other neighboring submarines and
No,
no?
nope. We just piled on top of each other, sweated.
There's a lot of sweating going on. in
There
the Navy.
was a lot of, just a lot of love.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Stereotypes exist for a reason, I suppose.
But no, it's not like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, it's a little more cramped.
Yeah. I'd say,
Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of butt to butt contact, butt to front.
Ass to ass.
Yeah.
Is that true that there's a height requirement?
There isn't. No,
No?
we one of the electrical operators that we had on the boat was 6'7".
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Did everyone hate him because he took
just-
up more room?
just
than
He was
Really?
actually
Like
one
a
of the
crooked.
best. He was one of the nicest guys on the boat. Everyone
Really?
loved him.
Yeah.
They had to be. They'd throw him overboard in a second.
But no, there isn't. But I mean, I'm sure there would be. Like, I don't think they would allow a 7'4"
Yeah.
dude like David Robinson. Like, I want to join the submarines. No, it's probably not the best idea for you. Because the
deck-
bunk
deck
itself,
crew,
if you're
yeah.
to sleep on a bunk, I only think it's like 6'7". I think Mike was his name on the boat. I think he literally, when he would sleep, his feet would touch,
Yeah.
and his head would touch the
Didn't even have a cot. He just kind of like flexed a little bit. and
a little
just
bit.
kinda
He probably had
stood
a
there
curl.
horizontal like The
Yeah.
Exorcist.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah. So you like the world?
Yeah. I like the
Let's stop talking about.
the summer. This is
Time in the
this
Navy.
isn't a Navy podcast, right? It's a movie podcast. But yeah, I like the way the vaults were constructed. With like the key, they had it worked out with like the key masters and the kind of the hierarchy inside. And then when they went outside the world, I thought it was awesome how it was kind of I like old westerns and stuff, and that's pretty much what the world is now. And Fallout is basically the Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you played the video games at all?
No.
No. Did you ever play the
I
video?
did,
You did?
but I forgot a lot about it.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I played the video games. I didn't think I forgot a lot about it, except everyone was talking about these references that popped up in the show, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like I forgot a lot about it, but the references I picked up, it was more just in general to video games or whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that I just completely glossed over. I wasn't sitting there like Leonardo DiCaprio's meme of pointing at the screen. But yeah, because it'd been
I've never seen that meme.
10 years.
What?
Never seen that.
Yeah, it's from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. When he's like snapping his fingers, like pointing at the screen. When he comes on in the show that he was.
You have to show this to me.
Yeah,
Oh my god,
Dude, I'm old. I don't.
there's this thing called the internet, and they on here they share pornography and memes and stuff about movies, and that's about it. You looking it up,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, I forgot a lot about the video games too because I played Fallout 3 and I played Fallout New Vegas.
Unimpressed.
Have you seen that
Listeners, I showed him the meme and he's
Never seen that
completely,
one. No.
unimpressed
Never seen-
by it.
No.
All right.
one? Sir, you need to get on social media more.
Do I?
Yes, you're missing out.
CJ, there's this thing called reality where I have to work a job.
Nah, sounds
and,
dumb.
Feed my children. Pick my battles in terms of what I'm going to spend my free time doing. Scrolling the internet for memes and pornorography is not one of them. Well, one of those is not one of them.
Yeah, you're not.
Hey-o. It's the memes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's memes.
Yeah, I played it too, but it's been
a while.
a while.
But you started picking up on things that you remembered.
The set design is what I enjoyed more about it. Because it was very true to the video game, like the art style, everything, the art direction in total was, I feel like was spot on. The dialogue and the characters, I felt were really good interpretations. I mean, this wasn't a story from a video game. It's just it's a story in that world. Okay. I thought the dialogue they had for the characters and the character development and everything was pretty good. It felt, you had the weird shit happening, but it felt, I guess, organic in a sense to that world. And also to the video game, to where if you were playing a video game and you see the stuff happening in the show, like, yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah. Yep.
What'd you think?
Yeah, the art direction, production design definitely stood out. It was so... I don't want to say off-putting, but it stood out because it's this weird thing where it was set in the future, but it was using like 1950s artifacts as like the mechanism where you would experience life. Like the TV sets looked like they were from the 50s, mm-hmm. and the just the dress and all that stuff, and the when they would shoot a movie or something, it's like 1950s technology, but then you look in the background and it's like a 2070 skyline mm-hmm. with like, I don't know, spaceships isn't the word, but you would see like futuristic design, aircraft, and
retrofuturism.
Yeah. Right. It was just weird.
Yeah, I love it.
It's great. I loved it too.
I thought the coolest part about it was the details and the design. Like they have the advertisements, like Nuka Coke Corporation, and the TV was called Radiation King TV, and just like little mm-hmm. stuff like that you see every day, but you might not really notice. But they went ahead and put it in the show anyways.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a great detail.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I liked it. When I say off-putting, I just mean like it gives you a sense of lack of like spatial awareness. Like mm-hmm. what time period am I in?
Anachronisms all over the place.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think what they were just trying to portray like this is just a world outside of where we live. This is like a mirror, I guess, not necessarily like.
Yeah, it's an
alternate
Earth to where they discovered fusion.
Cold fusion. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fusion.
Cold fusion.
Earlier than what they were supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. But other than the set design, I thought the characters were great. I liked the story arcs of pretty much all of them. I mean, some I like more than others, but for the most part, they were all the three main arcs were really good. I love Walter Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his
awesome.
best role.
Yeah, for sure.
By far. He's one of those weird, not weird, but one of those unique actors who can portray like, don't fuck with me. And also I have a heart of gold. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's such a rare quality that some people, like Kevin Bacon can do that.
Yep.
And I only mention it because we've watched like 8 Kevin Bacon movies since we've been on this podcast.
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey's another one. Yeah. But
very few people that can do that.
pull that off.
Mm-hmm.
But he's awesome in it. I mean, if you're gonna watch the show for anyone, it would be him.
Definitely.
His arc is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
His character is awesome.
Yeah, I kind of hope they're going to focus on a bunch of different characters, and I think they're just going to hop around as the series progresses. But I am surprised. I understand why they made Lucy the main character-ish.
Yeah.
I hope they explore more of the Ghouls character in the next season, the season after that, just because I feel like that is the most relatable person.
Yeah.
There is, by far. Just because he was in a civilization closest to ours. And Lucy and Maximus feels like just a dumb.
Yeah.
Sometimes
sheltered,
he's an idiot. Like sometimes
which is fine.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's kind of, she's just naive, but and I understand having the audience follow her along just because it helps to introduce the world and everything else to the audience. But yeah, I hope we get more of the Ghouls backstory, because I enjoyed the show a lot. It wasn't, I guess I wasn't like gung ho for it as much, because like when it was released, everyone's like, "Oh my God, the best thing ever," and everything else. So I think it was built up a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll watch the next seasons, but there was no emotional connection. It felt very passive, and I don't know if that was just because from playing the video game, or if it was just I didn't connect as much. I connected more to the ghoul than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And so I hope they explore that more, because but getting a very passive feeling from this season, I think, serviced the show better, because there's a lot of batshit stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally acceptable. It doesn't frame it as being absurd like American Horror Story does. It feels like it fits, but then also the fuck am I getting at?
I'm trying to be really deep.
No,
and I just keep getting lost in my thoughts.
It pops into my head, and then I forget what the fuck my whole point of it is. It doesn't try to be more than what it is. Like it doesn't try to be preachy. It doesn't try to be too smart. Like it's fun.
Yeah,
it's just focused on telling a good story.
And it's entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's entertaining in a very well done way.
Absolutely.
And that's what I like about it. I want more character moments or emotional moments, because I think the opening of the show, the first like 5-10 minutes of the first episode, I thought was probably one of the best opening scenes I've seen since Star Trek 2009. But yeah,
Star Trek 2009, the movie.
yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the opening scene was in that.
You had Thor, who was
Kirk's
Kirk's father.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I remember now.
because I remember seeing that in theaters. That whole opening scene. Did you see it, Coop?
Tiberius. Yeah.
Yeah. And like he's getting all the people off the ship. He's
Wait,
like,
you're giving credit to J.J. Abrams right now?
that's the only good thing he's done. Is 10 minutes in Star Trek.
That's it.
The first 10 minutes. But I remember seeing it in theaters, and like that whole opening sequence, and then the title card comes on. I was like, oh god damn. I was like, that's
Yeah.
That was a
fucking
good
good.
intro. Yeah, it was.
the whole movie was good, but that intro was money, and the intro to Fallout, I kind of got the same vibes from.
Yeah.
And especially after telling the story to his girl, like, oh, with the whole thumb over the mushroom cloud, like, oh, and if it's bigger than your thumb, you might as well just not run.
Yeah.
But then the fact that it's definitely bigger than your thumb,
Right.
and he's still running, because his daughter's there or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And she said something pretty heartbreaking too. She said, "Bigger than your thumb or my thumb?" And
Yeah.
it's like her naivete as a child. It's just like, oh my god, sweetie, it doesn't matter at this point. But of course, as a child,
And then they
she
cut away
doesn't
to the
know
actual
that.
explosion, and you're like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
great opening.
It is.
But
It
that's
is.
what I wanted, like, because that set up the whole thing. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is going to be awesome. and then there was really no emotional moments that for me that ramped up to that, and I hope they kind of put more of those into the second season.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I agree with you. I like how it's very well written. I like the fact that they have a character who's naive, who's not part of the Fallout world, in Lucy. A character who is naive that is a part of the Fallout world, in Maximus. And then they have the Ghoul, who's experienced everything.
knows it all,
omniscient,
And is
pretty
just
much.
like, listen, this is the way it is, and you're all naive. You just don't. But then I like how the series progresses, and even he starts to learn things here and there about the world that maybe he doesn't know about. It's just great.
Nope.
Great execute. I like the fact that it's hard enough to get one character arc, but they have 3 going that I think are pretty well. Maximus, not as much. His arc's okay, but I just don't enjoy it as much as Lucy or the Ghouls.
They did an excellent job of introducing a lot of characters and having them all have good backgrounds, good stories, and like you said, some are better than others. I like some more than others, but they're all still pretty solid. You know.
Yeah, I never went like, oh great, now we gotta.
Right now, I have to watch this.
I have to watch
for 10
Maximus.
minutes.
I don't really
Yeah.
care. I never had that moment,
Yeah.
but actually, Maximus has got a little bit better. I didn't like him at the first 4
I didn't
episodes.
either.
I'm like, this
No,
guy's
I was
a
like, I was like,
douchebag.
is he a dumbass? But then there's like a combat situation, and he like executes, you know, and he directs other people. It's like, okay, this guy does have his shit together. And then it's like 10 minutes later, he's like, no, what is sex? What is a girl? Like, what the fuck? What is it? Where is this guy going? Who is this guy?
I wasn't a fan of him at the beginning either, because I was watching it. I think it was like 3 episodes. First 3 episodes I was watching, I was like, this is fucking Finn. This is Finn from Star Wars. The exact, hey, let's take a black guy, and he's part of this military organization, and, well, I guess he breaks away from it. And he meets this brunette girl that is the hero of the story.
Yeah.
And, he's in love with her, and so he's going to start doing everything for her, and that's where I thought it was going.
That's
but-
very good.
Yeah,
very
that-
good comparison.
and then it kind of veered off after that, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And that's when it was more enjoyable. Like when he started becoming really stupid and showing his naivete.
Naivete. Yeah.
Is when I
Yeah.
liked it more.
Yeah, me too. Because I didn't like the fact that he was fucking people over, like his best friend, so he could get the apprenticeship by putting that razor or whatever in her boot.
Yeah, but he didn't do that.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
He did it. Who did it?
She did it.
She did it.
She did it to herself so that she
Oh,
didn't
she
have
did?
to take the
Yeah.
assignment.
I missed it up.
And even
I didn't catch that.
even at the beginning, well, they didn't reveal that till the end, but even before then, she came to his defense and said he wanted her to fly.
Right.
And because it makes you think that he did it, but I mean, you could tell that he didn't. Just he doesn't have that
Right.
that bone in
he's
his
not
body
sinister,
to like
yeah.
try and like he has self-preservation, but he doesn't
Yeah.
have I'm going to step on other people to get what I want.
Yeah.
Because
maybe I missed that. I just missed it.
the
It was towards the
because
end.
when he starts playing up like he's Knight Titus, and the other kid is his squire, he tells him he wants to tell him the truth, but then when he finds out, oh my god, he's going to kill me, that's when he like steps on his foot or like tries to stop
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
It's more self-preservation stuff, kind of like a Lenny. Lenny from Of Mice and Men a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another piece of it where I'm like, okay, he wants to be open with that guy, and then he's like, oh god,
Well, like,
it
you had to-
backfired.
you
so
had
I
to
have
know, like-
exactly. You had to have known that.
it was going to backfire. Yeah.
So if it doesn't work out, you're
Well,
gonna kill this kid.
And I guess to his credit,
Come on.
To his credit, there was like when he was like changing his his filter or whatever. He was like, yeah, you know, this guy, we used to pick on him, but he was a good guy. We were just waiting for it. Like, I think that kind of endeared him
Sure.
to the so that made him feel like he could open up to the kid and talk to him. But obviously, you still don't do it. But
But it plays into his naivete.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But again, I warmed up to him towards the end. He started to grow on me a little bit towards the end of it.
Yeah, I wonder where do you guys think will happen to him in the second season?
See, this is the thing. It's been a week since I saw the finale.
So this
I know that Lucy went with the Ghoul.
Lucy went with the Ghoul to go find her father and to also help the Ghoul search for
the
lead for his
wife
family.
and
the controller who's actually pulling the strings.
Yeah. And and then
And Maximus ended up.
Maximus wakes up Dane, who is the chick that put her foot in the razor blades or whatever. She's like, "Oh, Knight so and so," or like leader of the. He's like, "Oh, Knight Maximus or whatever," and he's like, "No. I have a feeling she is going to be playing him to whatever she's going to be like manipulating him
the
and
puppet
being
master.
a master for his character."
Because he ended up killing. They thought that he ended up killing. The leader, right?
Medalva, blah, blah, blah.
Shit.
The leader of the
Resistance?
NCR, the New California Republic.
That's right.
Something.
They all thought that he killed the Moldaver.
Yeah.
Moldaver. Lee Moldaver. Yeah. Okay. I'm back on it now. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, probably. But why would she do that again?
Well, for him to be a lightning rod, or for her to get what she wants out of life.
If he does well, she can ride his coattails.
Yeah.
If he does bad, then fuck him.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not her problem.
You've never manipulated people before?
A person into power in a post.
wait, I need to get into this
post-apocalyptic-
mindset of fucking people over. I haven't been there before. All right. Yeah.
What did you guys think about the Vault 31, 32, 33?
Yeah.
I thought that
That's
was,
something
that was pretty wild.
It's cool, but I was trying to understand. So what's the mechanism of them? So are they in cryo sleep in 31,
So
and then when they need a new
Vault 30
overseer, they unfreeze them, and then
and bring them into 31.
So how do they know what to do? Is it just because it's like downloaded into their thoughts or something?
So
on what to do?
That I don't know, but they all those people were frozen back before the bomber, right when
went
the bomb
off, yeah,
happened.
yeah.
So they're all the leaders of that tech. What was it? Sorry,
Yeah,
what was-
Vault-Tech.
Vault-Tech.
Yeah,
They're all the
executives.
executives.
And
of
that's how
Vault-Tech.
Lucy's dad
And
looks so young.
They just release them once every however many years,
Right.
whenever they need another one. Same deal with Vault 32. They had a separate vault where they would also release an executive into there, and they had two populations going, and they would trade. And basically, they're trying to breed a group of leaders so that when they
a
emerge,
group of automatons.
automatons, there will be these automaton leaders.
Yeah. And then
that to run.
Moldaver broke into 32, right? And that's what started this whole thing. And she,
Well,
right?
So that was the overpop. So every vault has a different test, right?
Yeah.
So that was when they're sitting around the round table, when Goggins is like listening to his wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what are we going to do with the people in the vault? One of the guys says, well, what if we do like the rat test where everything's plush, everything's given to them, everybody's fat and happy. Well, eventually you can't live like that forever, right? So they wind up eating each other. And that's what happened in Vault 32. And that's why when they walk in there, you see like a bunch of skeletons like holding each other's throat. Like they killed it. Like finally the resources ran out. And so they
just let it go.
started killing each other.
Right. Okay.
And so then the rebels came
in after that
somehow got
happened.
into Vault 32.
After the fact.
Hung
Well,
out
the
there.
rebels
until-
got in because of
Lucy's mom.
Lucy.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, so how did Moldaver stay so young? Was she cryogenically frozen for a while?
Don't know.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Okay, good. So it just didn't go over my head. I'm like, did they explain that?
But yeah, no, they don't.
Because she's not a part. She's not
well-
one of the people in 31 that are waiting to be unfrozen. And,
No, she was because she was she was the leader of that group that was trying to
infiltrate the Vault Tech in the first place.
yeah,
Yeah,
because she's sold all of her technology to that company, and so I imagine she was either cryo frozen or she's a ghoul that
yeah,
didn't
the ungooled.
that ghouled or something. I don't know.
Ungool yourself.
But
Yeah.
I would assume that she was cryogenically frozen.
Okay. Hopefully they'll explain more of that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
See, this is why this series is good. They leave these open questions open.
Well, and there's you're kind of like trying to place together three timelines, right? Like there's the pre-bomb era
Yeah.
with Goggins.
Yeah.
There's the
intermediary,
Shady Sands timeline,
which is after the bomb,
which is after the bomb,
but before
Lucy's
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're kind of
But during
all these
Maximus's-
people will get squashed together.
because
Yeah.
Maximus was part of that shady whatever community.
Well, he was just a child.
He's just a child,
and he got saved, and that's what made him
Right.
want to join the ranks of the
right?
the
What is it? The Brotherhood of
Brotherhood.
the Brotherhood of Machines. I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
We really did our research.
I was gonna say I'm trying
That
to,
one guy at that one place, that one group, you know.
the
They get the idea. The
but yeah,
listeners.
that's what Buds was. That guy who kept saying Buds. It's an executive training management program to where that's what he was training them for. He was training all of them how to be overseers at vaults. And so now they're all frozen. And
Gotcha. I did like the direction that it went, though. You thought it was like warring countries.
Yeah.
It's actually corporations
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
have captured the
No,
government.
yeah.
I like that.
I'm like, yes.
Sounds
that's-
right, yeah.
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
which, if you put your nerd hat on, because when I was taking a break from looking at memes and pornography, I was looking at.
I would have just had a third tab open. But yeah, that's
Multitask.
Only one tab. They were talking about Fallout New Vegas, and somebody with the show said Fallout New Vegas was canon, and because that was made by a different gaming studio, Bethesda did Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 and Fallout 1 and 2, I believe. But they did not do New Vegas. New Vegas, which they teased at the end of this show, you see the
You see Vegas.
the
now.
skyline, yeah.
skyline and everything. In New Vegas, it is said that there's a character called, I think it's Mr. House, and it's like this AI and just computer that has history and everything else, and you learn that he makes a statement in the video game that says, the war started 1 month before my prediction. And of when China dropped the bombs 1 month before they were supposed to. But then you find out in the show that it was created by corporations to where they probably just did it a month ahead of time, or it was building up the war so much that, they kind of retroactive, or what are they, what's that word? I don't know. They did a good job writing the show into that kind of storyline, and I'm sure they had the whole timeline worked out or
Like
whatever.
retrofitting it.
Yeah, retrofitting it to where, we're going to say corporations do it, but it still works out as canon as far as everything else that has happened before, so we're not rewriting anything that the video games have done.
Right.
Which
Okay.
is an interesting concept because most video game adaptations, like The Last of Us, Super Mario did their own story pretty much, but video game adaptations, they typically follow whatever story was in the video game, as opposed to this is better because you can do other story. You can do
Sure.
a bunch of different
Bunch of
vaults.
different things.
Yeah.
And I thought Fallout was going to be an anthology show to where each season would be a character from a different vault and a different place in the country or the
Right.
world. And it would just be one of those shows that, let's watch Fallout, and it's each season's own self-contained,
Its own
like
separate thing.
Fargo.
Sure.
Kind of like
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror,
Black
yeah.
Mirror, Fargo, or True Detective or whatever. But
Yeah. I like this direction, though. I want to follow I don't want to watch Fallout without Walter Goggins down.
No,
just don't.
he's gonna be he'll be a staple character
Man,
for sure.
He's awesome.
should have had him just be like the Hulk or like Kung Fu, like those stories to where you just have the Wanderer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like every season,
Just
they're like Mad
goes around
Max,
saving
pretty
people.
much. Like
Yeah.
each.
That was cool. Well, I was trying to understand the guy from Lost. I can't remember that actor's name, but he had his head cut off because he had the nuclear fission in his head. They follow his head for like 7 episodes. That facility where they were experimenting, was that facility run by the corporations and then just doing their own experiments or something, or was that
I think that was the Enclave.
Yeah, I think that was
Brotherhood?
No.
No.
There's the Brotherhood and there's the Enclave.
Yeah, there's the Brotherhood, the Enclave, and then there's the NCR.
what's the Enclave again?
I don't know.
Okay, what's the NCR?
New California.
New
Republic.
California
Okay,
Republic.
that's Moldave.
Yeah, that's Maldives.
Yeah.
So you
And
find out
Enclave-
that's the organization she's a part of, and then the Enclave is where the scientists came from. With
Is that where the corporations head up? That are running the whole show, making all these decisions?
We don't know
I don't
yet.
know.
I don't think that was.
Not established.
I think it was.
I think they're
because-
still in the vaults. I think they're still Vault Tech.
Yeah, Vault-Tec is
Like the corporation is still
from the video
everybody's been
games.
preserved.
Vault-Tec was just the corporation that had all the vaults, and I think they've expanded on Vault-Tec more in the show. than what they did in the games. In the game, it's like, oh, you're Vault-Tec Pip-Boy, and it was very corporate, and it felt like the only corporate presence was in the vaults. The Enclave felt like its own thing. The Brotherhood felt they're just different factions of people that have tried to form some kind of semblance of government
Yeah.
in the past. But and then in New Vegas, you get into there's like different, like Mr. House is an organization. They're like different gangs and everything else.
Right.
But
So if Moldaver gets this nuclear fission technology with infinite power, what's the next step after that? Is it to take down
Well, I think
Vault-Tec
I think she's trying to just pull the world out of
yeah, she's trying to get because
the Middle Ages, I guess, out of this.
she turns it on, lights start popping up in
Right.
the city.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was her main goal.
That was her goal from the beginning, was to give people free energy, and that's why Vault-Tec bought up because she makes the comment in the show they bought every company that I ever worked for, trying to get her ideas and her intellectual properties, so that they could basically warehouse it and then charge everybody for atomic energy.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
So maybe now she's pissed off and is going to use it for
You'd have
revenge
to.
or something. I don't know.
Well, she
but-
tried. She tried it already with what is it? The shady. What was that?
Shady Santa.
Right, and they blew that to hell.
Isn't she
So-
dead?
She died. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the next step after getting this, right? Unlimited
yeah.
energy.
Oh,
like, how are you going to prevent another Vault-Tec
somebody else
bomb
to blow you up.
from like blowing up your community that you want to pull from the Stone Ages?
Mm-hmm.
Something you have to think of. Just saying. What's your next step here?
Maybe we'll find out in season 2.
Maybe. Hope they do. That's why it's so good. You have so many avenues that you could go down
Yeah, absolutely.
to explain.
I like the cameos. I love Fred Armisen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And I didn't look this up. I probably could have if when the squire goes to the radio station and Fred Armisen's like, I love the high notes and the low notes and the midtones. And the kid's like, yeah, the midtones. And he's like, yeah, there, the midtones. While the music, it's just fucking hilarious. And and he had to put booby traps up to keep people from killing him for playing the music that he was playing.
Which is nice because in the games you can tune your Pip-Boy to
Oh, really?
different
radio
stations.
stations
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
No.
that's cool.
And then Chris Parnell was in it as the one-eyed guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So funny. Yeah.
I forgot about that because that was Vault 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were just mutating people just to see what would happen.
They were survivors. I think they were survivors, right? That they
Well-
let into the vault.
Yeah, well,
I believe.
if you remember Walton Goggins when he did his one of his commercials
Yeah.
for Vault-Tec he's like, "Oh, these are two scientists bringing their family to live in a vault to have the great experiment of what would happen if a society was run by scientists." That's that vault. So that's what happens there, and obviously it did not go well, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that was Vault 4.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's like half the fun too of playing the game, because if you come across a vault and like reading the computer and everything else, trying to figure out what their experiment was. I think there was one of the games like there's a vault of Garys. They're just clones of this guy named Gary, and you're walking through, and it's creepy because all you hear in the hallway is like Gary, and it's just these guys fucking killing each other, like Gary.
That is pretty good.
It's like every office in America. Just a room full of Garys. I liked the scene where they go to the organ harvest clinic or whatever, and it's like two dudes like from a scene out of Idiocracy.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
like sitting there watching TV.
Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Couple stoners. Just,
Yeah. I said all of them out. He's like, I don't think you understand.
No, we don't let that one out. No, you don't.
Like there's no, I love it. There's no, they're just monotone the whole time. Nothing will
Yeah,
get them
they don't
excited.
emphasize anything to explain,
No.
like try to get her attention. Like, listen, this is
Yeah.
not a good idea.
They
they're
can't
just
even
like,
be
"I don't
bothered
think
to
so."
lift their head up off the couch,
Right.
to do anything. Or it's hilarious.
Yeah, that is funny.
Which the Armatron or automaton that is there with the harvesting. I'm
Yeah.
gonna harvest your organs.
I'm just gonna harvest your organs.
Matthew Berry.
That's who does the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he was in. Like he was.
He's in a
Flash.
scene.
Yeah, he was in a scene.
That's the What We Do in the Shadows, right?
Yeah,
That guy.
and
Yeah.
Toast of
Yeah.
London, the best, one of the best TV shows.
Toast of London. Yeah, never seen it.
It's just, it is so stupid.
Yeah, never seen it.
but it's just absurdist British comedy,
Yeah,
and
that's right down your alley.
oh god, it should still be on Netflix. Like it got a second life. It was on from like 2011 to 2014, but highly recommend watching
Yeah.
it. Just watch it. I'm talking to you, Coops.
Okay,
Watch it.
I'll watch it.
It's
Sure.
three seasons, quick.
You said it's on Netflix?
I think so.
Okay. I'll find it if not,
Just
whatever.
just
Yeah, I'll
find
look it up.
Toast of London.
All right, if I don't like it, I'm coming to you.
It's so good.
We know where you live.
But yeah, he's in it. Love Matthew Berry.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Buds.
Mm-hmm.
Bud is the brain in the little remote control car. Like when
Bolt 31.
yeah, when he goes into the
Yeah, when he's
the vault.
trapped by the mop
He's-
handle.
he's
and,
yeah, and he gets stuck and he's like trying to stab him. Like Bud is the brain that's in that little
Bud.
thing.
I don't remember Bud.
So
Buds.
Buds, the guy who like came up with the idea to like cryo freeze everybody.
Yeah.
That's his brain in that little thing, in that little fish.
He went
bowl.
up to Walton Goggins in the flashbacks when he's like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan," and it's like there's that guy that Walton was like,
Oh yeah. Like
fucking talk to
I
this
don't want to talk to
fucking
him
guy.
again.
Yeah.
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 Okay, now I remember.
yeah, because he referenced the executive training program, and that's what he was
Yeah.
heading up or whatever.
Yeah,
But
which is kind of funny how he seemed that the fact that they would that he would be the one organizing and unfreezing
Yeah, because he's like a throwaway
He's
character. Like
a
you
little
don't
bit,
even
and he's
think
like,
about it, yeah.
like he can't. If a mop handle is preventing him from getting out of this like corner, how is he going to unfreeze the next person and keep this train rolling
Yeah.
here?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Yeah, it's fine.
But that's something I like that scene too, when he was listening in on their meeting, and because you're always wondering like, well, how did him and
Yeah,
wife have a falling out? Like, oh, it's probably because he doesn't trust her, and so he's going to spy on her. She's going to catch him, and you think that's what's going to
Yeah.
cause it to where it's going to be hit. No, she's just an evil fucking
Yeah, she
bitch.
is the problem. Yeah.
And like, oh my god, like, oh, you're a horrible person.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I get
Well,
it.
he even makes the comment they're saying all that crazy shit around the table, and he goes, "All right, babe, set them straight."
Yeah.
and she's like, "Let's drop the nuke." He's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah,
let's drop the nuke. Yeah.
which I'm sure they'll expand more on that because they want you to hate her now.
Oh,
to
for
where next
sure.
season,
Yep.
I'm sure they're going to be like, well, it was going this direction anyways, and it was either protect who I could protect or
Or not.
not, and then we'd all be fucked, kind
Yeah.
of a thing.
Right.
But,
Yeah, one of those things. Do you want me to not be on the side where we're not
yeah.
So he
gonna get exploded by a giant nuclear weapon?
my curiosity for the next season is has she gone to some other faraway place, or is she in Vault 31? Is she one of the executives that got caught or that got frozen and has been sleeping next to Lucy, 20
Yeah.
feet away or whatever?
Yeah. What happened? They never did say what happened. Did they say what happened to his daughter after they ran away? At the yeah.
No,
I don't think she's
just,
ever mentioned again. is
He
she?
just said, he's like, there was a comment that he made in the last episode. He's like, I'm going to ask you what I ask everyone I come across that knows, is like, where the fuck is my family?
Yeah.
And so I assume something happened since he rides off with her at the very beginning of the show when the bombs are dropping. I'm assuming he knows that they're alive or safe or somewhere.
Right. Because he went
And-
somewhere.
Yeah. And he's been looking for him for 200 years
Right.
or whatever. So
Yeah. That's what keeps him going.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the whole time I was like, why would you even? What's keeping you going? 200 years? Like, dude, I would just like, why?
end it.
Just
Yeah.
fucking end
Yeah.
it.
Let
What's the
yourself
point?
turn into a zombie and be done with it.
Or just I don't know, just right in the face. I don't know.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one of my favorite lines in the whole series, and this is probably my favorite video game reference, is when they're talking about the golden rule and do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And then the ghoul says, well, up here, honey, the wasteland has a different golden rule, and she's like, "What's that?" She's like, "Thou shalt be distracted by a random bullshit every step of the way."
Yeah, yeah.
And
Here you go. I wrote it down
Oh,
because
okay.
I liked it so much. She says, "Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time."
Yep. I love that. Just because side quests in video
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
it's like those are half the time more fun than what
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
the main story.
Than doing the main story. Yeah. I love that scene. I mean, it was funny too. The whole, I mean, every episode had like a funny moment.
There was something funny. Yeah.
God,
yeah.
when Lucy comes across that guy who's got this like house and he's doing yard work or something.
Oh no, he's fixing the filter.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I keep putting sand in it, but no water comes
water
out.
comes
And
out.
she goes, "Did you try putting water in it instead of sand?" He's like, "Oh, God, you got a really good idea. You're smart."
You want to live with me? This could all be yours.
I'm not going to last too long.
She walks away. "Thanks for not shooting
Shoot
me
me
with that gun you got."
You're welcome. Yeah. Now, and there was an episode where two guys are fighting. I think Maximus comes in to like break it up, and he breaks it up. The guy's like, "Thank you." It's the guy who heals the Squire's foot in a later episode. He's like, "Oh man,
I'm a doctor.
I mean the guy was fucking my chickens."
Oh yeah.
And Maximus is like,
What?
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny stuff, man. Good writing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hilarious.
I hope I hope the quality at least maintains, if not improves, because Westworld season 1
I know it was great.
was
Yeah.
really good, and then season 2 was
It progressively got worse.
yes.
Season 3 was okay. We're out of Westworld.
Yeah, season
Yeah.
3. I think
Sucks.
I was in like 2 or 3 episodes. I was like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Yeah, I know.
Well, at one point they kind of gleamed Japan. What era am I thinking of, Jay?
Samurai
Yeah.
World, yeah, and that was in season 2. They referenced it. I think
They kind of showed it, or they showed the samurai, or something, or a horse and armor, or something like that. And you're saying,
they
and
showed
like,
it like in like the like in the office area
Yeah.
or something, to where you're like, oh, there's other worlds,
right.
Um,
And I thought we were going to get to see that world for a little bit,
you
but you don't.
did, I think, in season 2,
Okay.
and
Maybe
it,
a flat. I
it
don't know.
doesn't pay off.
Yeah, okay.
It's just
Yeah,
sucks.
I remember being disappointed. I remember seeing that and getting excited, and then it played out, and I was just very disappointed.
Yeah. And yeah, but I will say season 1 of Westworld, I feel like I was more excited for Westworld after season 1 than I am for Fallout of season 1. Not that Fallout season 1 wasn't good, but it was the first season of Westworld, like with the twist and everything else, was just awesome. And I think maybe that was probably detrimental to the success because everyone wanted that good of a show
How you gonna
again.
amp that up? Yeah.
How do you top that type of deal? Yeah.
Which you don't. You just be like, oh, lying. It's
You
a
don't-
limited series. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
One
you don't have
story.
to top it. Just keep it consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what I hope they do with Fallout, is they just keep it
Keep
consistent,
it consistent. Yeah.
and it doesn't fall off.
Yep. Kind of like The Boys. Just keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Each season's fairly consistent.
Yep.
Yeah. Hope so. I liked it. It's my favorite TV show so far this
Yeah,
year.
for sure.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yep.
Might be the best thing I've seen all year so far. I'm just not saying much. It's only about
Yeah,
4 months
I mean,
into the year,
well-
but it's probably my favorite thing I've seen this year.
I forget when I saw Dune 2.
I like this more than Dune 2.
Do you really?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why?
Well, a TV show versus movie.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both the same length.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're both 8 hours.
I just want to sit in front of a TV and have an excuse to be there for the entire day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yep.
I recommend it.
I recommend
Even
it
if
too.
you're not a video game person, it's still entertaining.
You don't need to play the video game to enjoy it.
Nope.
No.
They do a good job of introducing everything. I just hope season 2, Death Claws, and Super Mutants.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I read up a little bit about the video game,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a blurb about how super mutants haven't been introduced
Hmm.
into the Fallout show world yet.
Oh, they're gonna amp it up.
We'll see. Yeah, so that gives us another element that they get to add in later, I think.
So many
I hope.
experiments.
Yeah.
Which I think they could do because like these super mutants are these big fucking things, and I think it'd be great because you already have a couple of characters that are already dumb. But like if you just have a super mutant that's just like the dumbest. I mean, I guess it would probably turn too much similar to like the Hulk in the first Avengers movie or whatever. But just somebody like, hey, go kill, and it'd be entertaining. I feel like, but that would be more of if they were all traveling together in a weird pack. You have the Ghoul who's like just trying to be the dad to keep everybody in line, and then you got horny Lucy and always banging Maximus. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then you got this giant freaking super mutant that just shits the size of a Buick.
Well, I think the impossible happened. I did not think that anyone could have bigger eyes than Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
But what's her name? Ella Purnell plays Lucy. I've never seen eyes that massive.
She
in my
looks like a
entire life.
marionette.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, she's beautiful, but she is just has some unique features.
Yeah. Huge eyes.
Yeah.
Huge eyes.
It's a Disney.
Yeah.
It's why they probably
A Disney clone, is that what it is?
Which I think helps in her case because I mean usually they draw bigger eyes on characters to show innocence and everything else. And
absolutely,
helps for the thing. But I heard they actually did surgery around her eyes to actually make them larger than what they actually are.
Perfect.
Because
Way to commit to the role.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
No.
It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus. All right.
But
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, join us next time. Ryan Gosling has a new movie coming out next weekend, The Fall Guy, which we will not be talking about. We went from, because we don't have time, we went from, I kind of want to see The Fall Guy to, well, let's do The Nice Guys. Similar thing, comedy, stars Ryan Gosling. And then that eventually led to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. So we're going to watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and talk about that next week because The Fall Guy is coming out this weekend.
Yeah.
So, and if you haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, we all recommend it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We will be... Is it really that good? Spoiler, it is.
Yeah.
You don't even have to listen next week.
It's more of what's bad about this movie.
Yeah. Let's tear
Not
it.
It's going to be tough.
Tear
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough.
Rip it apart.
I just wanted an excuse to watch a movie that I like.
That's
You know?
fine.
Yeah.
That's what this whole podcast is. Just
Yeah.
us watching movies we like.
Yeah, let's watch that.
All right.
Yeah.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yep.
Till next time, Coop.
Till next time, Matt.
Till next time, Coop.
Till next time, Jay.
Till next time, Matt.
Till next time, Jay.